Now, let us discuss one of the important topic in enzymes, that is enzyme inhibition. Enzyme inhibition. Before discussing about the inhibition, let us what is inhibitor. Inhibitor is a chemical substance which will block the pathway of enzymatic action and decreases the rate of velocity of enzymatic action or enzymatic reactivity. If we discuss about the enzymatic inhibition, these are of two types. First one is reversible inhibition, and second one is irreversible inhibition. First one is reversible inhibition, second one is irreversible inhibition. And in reversible inhibition, the inhibitor will get bind to the substrate with non-covalent bond. This is the first point. In irreversible inhibition, inhibitor will get bind to the substrate with covalent bond. This is reversible and this is irreversible. In reversible inhibition, inhibitor will get bind to the substrate with non-covalent bond and inhibitor will get bind to the substrate with covalent bond in irreversible inhibition. Now, this reversible inhibition can be reversed by either increasing the concentration of substrate or decreasing the concentration of inhibitor. But this irreversible inhibitor cannot be reversed. Again, these reversible inhibitions again classified into three types. First one is competitive inhibitor. And second one is non-competitive inhibition. And third one is uncompetitive inhibition. These are the types of reversible inhibition, that is competitive inhibition, non-competitive inhibition and uncompetitive inhibition. If we discuss about irreversible inhibition, these are of two types. One is suicidal inhibitions. And second one is feedback inhibition. First one is suicidal inhibition and second one is feedback inhibition. This is normal classification of enzyme inhibition, that is reversible and irreversible. Reversible is competitive, non-competitive, uncompetitive, and irreversible is suicidal and feedback. And first let us discuss about competitive inhibitor. First one, what is not competitive inhibitor? Let us consider this is the enzyme, and this is the active site. This is the active site and this is the enzyme, and now let us consider this is the enzyme and this is the substrate, and this is the inhibitor. The product which is formed will be like this. The inhibitor will get bind to the active site. This is the active site. Inhibitor will get bind to the active site. This is about the competitive inhibition, where there is no structural change in the inhibition. And the first point in competitive inhibition is this competitive inhibition is substrate analog. Second point is this competitive inhibition is based on concentration of substrate and concentration of inhibitor. Now, if the substrate concentration is more, then the substrate will get attached to the active site. If the concentration of inhibitor is more, then the inhibitor will get bind to the active site. And next point is, in competitive inhibition, it can be overcome by increasing either concentration of substrate or by decreasing the concentration of, by increasing the substrate or by decreasing the concentration of inhibitor. This is the next point, and the next point is the Km value will be raised and V maximum value will be unchanged. Km value will be increased and V maximum value will be remain unchanged. And graph will be like this. It is V maximum and it is a velocity. This is a K maximum and velocity. K maximum value will be increased, but the velocity V maximum value will be remain unchanged. This is the graph, that is competitive inhibition, whereas second one is non-competitive inhibition. Examples of this competitive inhibition is malevolent will inhibit the succinate dehydrogenase, first example, and second one is ethanol will inhibit the alcohol dehydrogenase, and third one is these two are the examples, and second one is non-competitive inhibition. In non-competitive inhibition, this is the enzyme and it is an active site. And let us consider this is the inhibitor, and the product which is formed will be like this. Here the inhibitor will get bind to the other than active site. So as a result, there will be structural change in the structure of this enzyme. And the first point is there is no competition between inhibitor and substrate. There is no competition between inhibitor and substrate, and K maximum value will be unchanged and V maximum value will be decreased. Then the V maximum value will be decreased. Examples: fluorides. It will inhibit enolase. These fluorides consist of sodium fluoride plus potassium oxalate in percentage of ratio of 1:3. This sodium fluoride will inhibit the glycolysis. This is about non-competitive inhibition, and the last one is uncompetitive inhibition. In uncompetitive inhibition, the inhibitor will get bind to the enzyme substrate complex. It will form enzyme substrate inhibition complex. Inhibitor will bind to the enzyme substrate, will form enzyme substrate inhibitor complex. Example: DFP. It is a nerve gas which is used for blocking the succinate protease. This DFP nerve gas is used for the blocking the succinate protease enzyme. This is about reversible inhibitions, and this can be reversible. This can be reversed by increasing the substrate concentration or decreasing the inhibitor concentration. This is about competitive and non-competitive inhibition. And if we discuss about the irreversible inhibitions, in irreversible inhibitions, first one is suicidal inhibitions. What are suicidal inhibitions? The inhibitor in the suicidal inhibitions, the inhibitor will becomes more powerful and will block the substrate. Example: allopurinol will get converted into alloxanthin with the help of enzyme called xanthin oxidase. Normally, allopurinol will block this xanthin oxidase. This allopurinol will block this xanthin oxidase, but in suicidal inhibitions, this allopurinol will become more powerful as alloxanthin. Now this alloxanthin will inhibit the xanthin oxidase. This is about suicidal inhibition. Next one is feedback inhibition. In this feedback inhibition, the final product which is formed will inhibit the first enzymes. Example, in heme metabolism, succinyl CoA plus glycine will form delta amino levulonic acid with the help of enzyme called ALA synthase. Now it undergoes further steps will form heme. The heme which is formed will be the final product. Now the final product which is formed will inhibit the first enzyme. It will inhibit the ALA synthase. The final product which is formed will inhibit the ALA synthase, that is feedback inhibition. This is about enzyme inhibition.